Hi everybody, it's Abby. Welcome to Bellastitch. Today is November 12th, 2021. I haven't done an update from this space in a while. I did post 2 travel videos. The travel video from September was recorded while we were away on vacation in August, and the most recent video that I uploaded was my track recap. So my goal, when did I start this? 2019. My goal was to have at least one finish at every racetrack event that my husband attended. So I met that goal in 2019, and we skipped track last year. However, we attended track this year with precautions because there is still a pandemic. I wanted to continue that goal of having at least one finish per track event, and I was able to do that. And in some events I had multiple finishes, so that was really exciting. So if you have not seen that video, check it out. Okay, so I am gonna show you a whole bunch of stuff. So get your drinks, get your snacks, get your stitching, and then I'll tell you when to look up. Okay, first things first are FFOs. I know it's shocking, I have FFOs. I don't usually FFOing fully finished objects. FFO, fully finished objects. It's when you turn your stitch thing, right? Your stitched thing, and you frame it, you make it into a pillow, a hanging, whatever. It's not my favorite. It takes too long, and it takes away from stitching time. So yeah, it's not my favorite. But once in a while I get the urge to do it, and then it happens. So the easiest FFO ever, and it totally counts, is this. This is Tree of Life, which I finished in 2013. Oh my lord, 2013. I purchased the kit from the Canterbury Shaker Village in Canterbury, New Hampshire. Okay, so Canterbury Shaker Village in Canterbury, New Hampshire. I purchased the kit there. It's stitched up really quick, and I simply popped it into a frame. I cut the Ada to size, and there you go. No pinning, no lacing, it's just there. Quick finish, I love it. Okay, next finishes are this pair, I think from Homespun Elegance. If you watched my track stitching video, you would have seen these. I finished this at Club Motorsports, and this one was already done, and Margaret had given me the charms for them. I can't remember if I showed this at my last video. I don't think I did. No, I couldn't have, because my last video was in May. So these are done on 32 count blue spruce Zweigart. The pumpkins are DMC 4130, my favorite orange. I can't remember the other flosses. DMC 310. Margaret gave me the 2021 charm. They're super cute. Bear said he likes this, so that's his. And that's the backing fabric. I got this. I got these. The backing fabric are from a million years ago. I purchased them at the Witch's Stitches in Big Flats, New York. So they're from a while ago. Finally using some of my things. So those are FFOs. My next FFO was an experiment. So this is Bowl of Scary 1 by Plum Street Sampler. I had the what's it called? The thread pack for it. So I stitched it on 40 count Wood Smoke by Lakeside. Okay, it's done 1/2, and the thread pack came with the chenille. And I just have a simple dark brown with tan dots for the back. And as an experiment, I filled this completely, well, almost completely, with crushed walnut shells. So I like the heft of it. However, I was not able to fill it completely. So when it sits for too long, there's like a gap. It starts to slump over. But, you know, just a quick tap, tappa, and there you go. This one is completely just fiber fill. And then this one, I put a little bit of crushed walnut shells. Although it seems to have settled all on one area. I don't know what happened there. But, you know, I'm experimenting with the crushed walnut shells. I don't know if I've shown this before. I think I have. But so far this has been my favorite combination of finishing with crushed walnut shells. So this is, I can't remember what this is. It's a Blackbird. But to finish it, I sewed the linen all the way around. And then I cut a hole in the back. And while it was laying like this, I put in a layer of crushed walnut shells. And then filled the rest with fiber fill. So the front, you can hear it, it's crushed walnut shells. And then the back is soft. So I like this one because it keeps the front, I don't know, fairly taut and clean. And by overstuffing it with the fiber fill, it keeps the walnut shells in the front like fairly in place. Okay, and the last FFO, which I finished this while on vacation in August. So this is Finger Lake Sampler by the Bright Needle. Oh, glare. Okay. This is stitched on 32 count cream Winter Moon, 32 count Winter Moon, and I used HDF from Stash. I don't remember the flosses that I used. So, but I really like how this turned out. We vacation at the Finger Lakes almost every year. My husband goes to Watkins Glen International, and we stay at the Glen Harbor Hotel, which has beautiful views of Lake Seneca. And my husband grew up in Western New York and spent a lot of time at the Finger Lakes. So we've been to, I've been to Lake Seneca and Lake Keuka. I have not been in Lake Seneca, but I have been in Lake Keuka. So, there you go. It's super pretty. Okay. All right. And then finishes. So, let's see. Oh wow, since May, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 finishes since May. I've had 23 finishes so far this year, so very exciting. In no particular order, I'll show you the finishes I've had. Okay, so the first one is the most recent finish. This is Tombstone Spots by the Primitive Needle. Okay, so I started this a while ago. I believe I started this 3 years ago for Michelle Bendy. Michelle, bless her heart. When I turned 42, I thought it would be a fabulous idea to start 42 new things between my birthday, November 6th, and December 31st. And because we are who we are, Michelle Bendy and I, who was the only one who joined hashtag Stitch 42, by the way, we both started 60. So I kept most of mine. I did retire a couple, I think. And I don't know how many Michelle got and eventually unkitted, but there you go. This was one of the Stitch 42 starts. So I finally finished it. I used some called for colors. Loden, curry, dried sage. I think that's it. And then I use other floss from Stash. So this gray green for the key and the hourglass, and the vase is Garden Trellis Gloriana. The pale face is Celery. Can't remember. I think Celery is gassed. The black is Primitive Black by HDF. The purple is Plum by HDF. This dark green is Dried Thyme. I used Bark. Bark is called for. Olive is also called for. My olive had a lot of yellow. So I actually ended up using, I think this is Believed by HDF. Or Befrogged. No, it's Believed. No, it's Befrogged. Yeah, it's befrogged. Yeah, I think that's it. So this was really pretty. Oh, one more thing. The model picture, the picture of the model, had this 2 columns of X's. My chart did not have that, so I just went by the photo on the chart, on the model, and the photos online. So, I mean, because I wasn't sure if I was going to stitch it or leave it out, but then there's like a blank space there, and everything else had a margin, so I just stitched it. And then this vase, this urn, I stitched too high, so I just extended the border. So that worked out. So I was super happy with that finish. Okay. And then, let's see. In May, I finished, I need a paper. In May, I finished this little cutie from Leela's Studio. This is stitched on 55 count Zweigart Bellina with Dragon Blood HDF 1/2. I liked it a lot. So I purchased a fat quarter of 55 count Bellina on Amazon just to try it. And I really like it. It was surprisingly easy to see. Something about the weave makes it really easy to see the holes. So this will... I have since done another project on 55 count. I really like it. But like only for small projects. Like I don't think I'll do a long dog on 55 count. But for small things, I like it. So the only way... I can stitch on this if I don't wear my glasses. And I stitch on it like up close. I can see the holes really well. Or I wear readers or I use a magnifier. But it's possible. Okay. So next one I finished. Oh, this is LW 1888. Leela Studio. Next, I finished Waiting for Harvest by Blackbird. This was a track finish also. I finished this while at... Where was I? I think Palmer. So this is... Oh, Palmer? Was I in Palmer? I can't remember. This was finished while at track. So I used... What did I use for this? This is HDF floss. I think Kodiakery. And I modified the chart a bit. So instead of stitching my initials, I added 2 more birds. Because there are 6 people in my family. And then I just made it symmetrical. This is on 36 count ale. That was a really fun project. Okay. Next is One Sheep by Kathy Barrick. How did I forget? This is done on 32 count Blue Spruce Zweigart. The same fabric from these. So Olivia B is right. Fall colors look amazing on blue. So this was great. This is all DMC. It's one of the older Kathy Beck Carriage House sampling charts. So super cute, super fun to stitch. I enjoyed this a lot. Okay, and really quick. Okay, next. Oh yeah, I finished these two. Finished in July. I mentioned that already. And then the Wazo. Hold please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay, next finish in July, I finished The Wazo by Blackbird from the book Ooh La La. So I call this Trois Wazo because the original The Wazo had 2 birds. The reproduction has 3. So Trois Wazo, 3 birds. This is on, let's see. Oh no, the tag fell off. Oh, light exemplar. With HDF Gandhi Tango. This is 40 count. So 1/2 with Gandhi Tango. Super nice. And then what else did I finish? I finished, October 31st, another Blackbird. I had a lot of Blackbird finishes this year. Okay, so this was not finished at the track. I almost finished it at the track, but I ran out of time. Okay, October 31st. 2 strands graphite water lilies on 36 count tarnished silver by Lakeside Linnets. It's super cute. This was a quick stitch, so much fun. The next one is on the same fabric, another Blackbird, Spell of the Moon, which was finished while on vacation. Okay, so Spell of the Moon. I used graphite also, and the yellow I believe is Lily Tutter's HDF, and then pewter for the light gray house trim. Now to get that effect on the moon, I started here, stitched outside that way, and then went back, and then that way, and that way. If the owl had not been there, I would have just spiraled to the middle. But this one worked out as well. So that was a good effect on making the most out of the variegation. Okay, and then in August I also finished the Finger Lake Sampler and Enchanted Crow. All right, where's my Enchanted Crow? I don't know where that is. Let me find it. Okay, so in August, while on vacation, I also finished Enchanted Crow by Threadwork Primitives. This was a quick stitch. Very nice. I need to turn it into an ornament so I can display it next year. And then, what else? I finished, in September, I finished Bluebird's Needles and Pins by Blackbird from the book With Needle and Thread. So this has some eyelets, and then otherwise just the rest of it is cross stitches. It's a sweet little design. It's super cute. Again, I just need to FFO it. And then I finished Evergreen, also by Blackbird. This was another track finish. This is also on 55 count Bellina. So I used pomegranate, Havana, and dried thyme. I think it's dried thyme. Yes, it's dried thyme. It called for Havana, pomegranate, and something else. And the other floss was also brown. At least my skein was brown. So I changed it to dried thyme. Love it. And then I finished Jack's House by Stacy Nash Primitives. Thank you, brain. Get with a program. So I used DMC, Fallen Leaves, Toasted Marshmallow, and Kodiakery. I love this a lot. Okay, so those are my finishes since June, since May. All right. Now, what have I been working on that I did not get to finish? Let's see. For Stitch Asia, hashtag Stitch Asia, I worked on my Big Red Ship of Life. And I had an alarming discovery. So, here we go. This is on 36 count exemplar or pearl barley. Maybe pearl barley. I'm using HDF, a red HDF. The yellow is also HDF. And the blue is DMC. So I stitched, this part was already done. And then I was working my way down, 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 and hello, that's the end of my fabric. So, past Abby was bad at math. Now I checked, I counted, the width is correct. I just did not have this huge margin. My margin was wrong. The top margin is too big. If maybe I had started it an inch higher, half an inch higher, I'd be more I'd be less annoyed at myself. But I still have this whole border to do. And I will be left with about half an inch. Not the end of the world. I will need to sew muslin to the bottom, or if I'm feeling ambitious, I can get another bit of 36 count linen and attach it to the bottom of this, like, you know how like flea market, Blackbird flea market, and the Scarlet House bowl of cherries, they attach two pieces of fabric together. I could do that. I'll probably just sew muslin, because attaching two pieces, hand sewing two pieces of linen together does not sound particularly fun. Although it'll probably look cool. I'm gonna sew muslin. I'm gonna sew muslin. Okay, so I stitched this. This will come out again soon. This will come out again soon. Okay, that'll be a part of plans. Okay, next project. I am working on Quaker Samplings 3 by Ellen Chester. This is 36 count Maritime White by Lakeside Linens, and I'm using HDF by Vicki Clayton. So I stitched most of the letters, and then I stitched this column of motifs, and then this little doodad, I started too low, and then I counted this big thing off of this little thing, so that's too low. So I will have to adjust the motifs at the bottom to make sure that everything fits, and then the rest of it will hopefully be stitched as charted. Okay, now for Black Sampler November, I'm working on Long Dog's opening gambit. This is 40 count birch, and I'm stitching 1/2. The main black is HDF primitive black. The hand is on, excuse me, is stitched with HDF begrimed. And then the dragons are HDF Dragon Blood. So this is so much fun. I already stitched 22 for 2022. So this will be a priority to be finished next year, which isn't so bad. This is the bottom row of pages. So that's the top of the bottom page, bottom row. And that's the whole width of the project. So it's pretty small for a Long Dog. This is even smaller. This is maybe the same size as a token. But either way, it stitches up really quick, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, So the project that has been taking up a lot of my time and love and attention is the Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm stitching mine on 40 count platinum with HDF Gandhi Tango and Exemplar Black Iris. I am, as usual, not sticking to the pages, and instead I'm stitching sections. So the first 3 months are done. The 4th month is done. Some of the 5th month. I think most of month 5 is done. I only have a little bit of month 6. And then 7. A little bit of 8. None of 9. Some of October. And then some of November. This is November here already. Okay, so I chose the pagoda for my house. I like it a lot. It's super cute. Quite lovely. Okay, so this is a whole yard of platinum. I have not cut my fabric yet. And on the other side, I just flipped the fabric. On the other side, I started Kinto Akuto by Long Dog because I just could not resist. Julia is a genius. Yeah, Jacob's a genius. Okay, so 40 count platinum, 1/2 with HDF Old Maid of the Vineyard. Excuse the band-aid. I lost a battle with a cleaver. I didn't know we were going to be battling. I was just trying to cut a kabocha squash and the cleaver attacked me. Okay. Next, whip. I worked a little bit on my... What is this? It's Berry Time by Blackbird. This is my strawberry shortcake project. It is on 36 count. Is this 36 count? I believe it's 36 count mellow, which looks like yellow cake. And the floss is Classic Colorworks Rouge. One over 2. I like it a lot. So I usually stitch 2/2 on 36 count, but this one works. Sometimes I do like a more open, less saturated look, depending on the design. Okay, so there's that. And then my kitchen project is Winifred Clark by Pineberry Lane. This is on 32 count Ren, and I'm using HDF floss. This has been super fun. I am stitching this in hand. So it's a kitchen project. So I stitch on it like just a few minutes at a time while I'm waiting for water to boil, or waiting for the bacon to cook, or you know, if I have to stand up and stir something every 5 minutes, that sort of thing. I work on this. So in hand is fine because I'm not working on it for hours at a time. So my hand doesn't have a chance to cramp. So super nice. I like it a lot. I love the colors. The red is Tart Snickers. Tarts Knickers. Tarts Knickers. Ooh. 1125. The light green is Moss. And the dark green is Beefrogged. And this is 32 count Ren. Did I say that already? Okay. So that has been a really fun kitchen project. I'm hoping to finish this soon. This could very well be my last finish of 2021. So that would make 24 finishes, which that's fabulous. So fingers crossed. And then for my birthday, I started a hashtag, Bellastitch Birthday Sale 2021. Not to be confused with Bellastitch Birthday Sale 2020. This was Bellastitch Birthday Sale 2020. Stitch on Any Scarlet Letter project. This was mine. Also HDF. This is 36 count flax. 2 strands over 2. That was last year's. I have not finished it. I am not even half, almost half, a third done. Because I have all of the water to do. But that's fine. So if you're still working on that, Bellastitch Birthday Sale 2020 is alive and well. But for Bellastitch Birthday Sale 2021, I proposed that we work on any design by a Barrick. Kathy Barrick, Marty Barrick, or Liz Matthews. I started Nottingham. This was an expo release this year. So I watched Liz and Kathy's video while we were on vacation. And I made my husband watch it with me. And he's like, that's cool, you should stitch it. I'm like, I agree. Okay, so this project calls for NPI and Gloriana. And of course, I own none of the colors. So I am substituting with HDF. Oh, crinkle, crinkle. I'm substituting with HDF. And I'm substituting as I go. Because I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, here's my start. Okay, I started in the middle, and so far so good. I did change the skin to something that was a bit closer to mine. I basically got all of my skin colored floss and made my husband pick which one was closest to my skin. Apparently I am HDF basket weave. And my husband is HDF almond. So those are the skin colors. The dark blue, I'm using rubbed navy. The dark brown, I think is, what is this? I don't know. I can't find the floss. It's somewhere in this bag. But I'll post the conversion for this when it's final. So far this has been so much fun. I'm stitching it on 40 count Fog by Picture the Spots. Okay, next, plans, also known as hopes and dreams. So, plan is to finish Winifred Glork. That'll be my last finish for the year, unless I manage to finish any of these other things. I'd like to keep stitching on Nottingham until Betsy's birthday. On the 18th, I will be stitching. I don't have the chart that she's starting, but I do have Margaret Harris. This is, I figured I'd work on a Blackbird chart that had birds on it. So Margaret Harris 1877 from the now available again, reprinted Honeysuckle Manor. So I purchased mine years ago. Now you can get this book, and you should. It has great projects in it. So this is my progress on this project so far. I started this also as part of Stitch 42 3 years ago. So I've decided to modify the alphabet and have it show, I'm stitching the Filipino alphabet. I'm stitching the post-colonial Filipino alphabet. So there's that. So I'll work on that for Betsy's birthday. And then other plans for the year, for the rest of the year. So many plans. There's like 6 weeks left. I would like to work on this Merry Christmas Ella Vaughn by Blackbird. So I can return this chart already. It's taking so long. Here's my progress. This is a surprisingly not stiff R&R. The color is Garden State Java. So there's still a lot left to go. Ella Vaughn's house was hit by a blizzard. So, you know, there's like 4 feet of snow to stitch there. So a lot of work left to go. And then I would also like to make progress on, where is it? Hearts Entwined, also by Blackbird. This is from the book Tokens of Friendship. It's on the same fabric. Let's see, so the goal is to finish Ella Vaughn, you know, and then when I finish Ella Vaughn, I can work on Hearts Entwined. So there's that. Put them together. Set it aside. Okay. And then Amy, Gable Stitcher, and I think Julie, Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World. We want to do this. We want to stitch all the things. We want to stitch everything. Stitch all the things. No chart left behind. So, oh, let's see. Where is... I don't know if I have... I don't have a lot of the colors, but I'll figure it out. Joyeux Noël. Well, at least that's what Google said. Joyeux Noël. I have to pick fabric and figure out my floss for this. The red will probably be HDF, and the rest of it will probably be HDF. Pomegranate, heart. See this pomegranate? Oh, the red's pomegranate. I have pomegranate. Maybe I'll use that. We'll see. That's not for me to figure out today. Okay. And then also, I don't know if I'll get to these, but I did start Cape Cod Girls and Cape Cod Boys. And by start, I mean there are 5 stitches on the linen. Where is even the linen? Okay. Again, stitch 42. So I don't even know which is which. I mean, a staggering start. Oh, this has more than 5 stitches, so feast your eyes on that. That's the back. Okay. And ta-da. Is that even the top or the bottom? I don't know. But this is more of the tarnished linen. And I really would like to, get going on these charts and then get them sold or traded when I'm finished. Because, I don't need to hang on to the chart once I'm done stitching it. I don't think I'm gonna restitch any of them. So, that's the plan. So many plans, so little time. But, plans can roll over to the next year. So, that's all I have for now. Oh, another plan. I need to sort my floss. Be honest with me. When you finish a project, do you put stuff back where they belong? Or do you put stuff in a to be sorted bin for future you to deal with? This is bin number 3. Bin number 4. I have sorted and put away 3 of these. Why did I do this to myself? I have storage. I have my giant cabinet that's not close to being full. I am just a horrible procrastinator. So how do you do it? What do you do? And tell me about your plans for the rest of the year. Are you going to be starting all the things? Are you going to be stitching on all the things? Or are you picking on a few things to focus on? And I don't know. What else should I work on? Oh, I'm also on a no-buy situation. No buying of charts, no buying of floss, no buying of fabric, no buying of anything for a while. Like well into 2022. So we'll see. I have more than enough projects. I think I still have 80 something whips. No, I started the year with 80 whips. But a lot of my finishes this year have been new starts. So, while I've had 23 finishes this year so far. Where's my notebook? So 23 finishes so far this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 were existing whips. And out of the 9, 2 were restarts. Everything else was a new start this year. So, I'm not really putting a dent on my whip pile. Does that matter to you, putting a dent on your whip pile? It doesn't matter so much to me. I started the year with 80 whips. Okay, so 80 whips minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 71. I'm done with 71. That's pretty good, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's all I have for now. Let me edit all of this together. Hopefully this video will be usable because I recorded yesterday and that was a disaster. Hopefully this one will be usable. Alright, so I'm gonna edit. I'll upload this. I'll see you next time. If you have comments, questions, suggestions, let me know. I'm on Instagram as Abby Bellastitch. All my cross stitch is over there. I don't really post cross stitch on Facebook. Instagram is food and cross stitch. Facebook is just, I don't know, some food, sometimes my kids. So, and that's it. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye!